Wendy Young at Kidlutions and the Joyful Parent, and I thought today we'd take a few moments to pay attention to children who are deemed challenging, difficult, or intense. And really what we are referring to when we're talking about that are temperamental traits. Children who have temperamental traits that are challenging, intense, or maybe a little bit difficult for us. And oftentimes we tend to pay attention to what seems to be the downside of those temperamental characteristics. But the reality is there's an upside too. And I think we need to pay attention to those just as much as we pay attention to the parts that are challenging for us. So without further ado, let's take a look. And here we go with the upside. The first upside is there's no holding back. Kids that are intense tend to express their feelings without holding back, and it's hard to imagine these kids ever developing ulcers. If they are anxious or worried about something, they'll let you know. If they're mad, you won't be left in the dark. If they are disappointed, you, as well as the neighbor 2 doors down, will hear about it. Upside number 2 is there are no questions. You will never be in the dark when it comes to knowing where you stand with intense kids. You are going to hear about every single thing that might be upsetting and maybe something that causes problems for them. There is no question. And the good news about that, if you ask me, is that you get the opportunity to help them problem solve and figure out a better way to handle things. And the third upside is that there is a sensitivity. And kids who enjoy an intense temperament often have a sensitivity for things that others simply do not. They experience emotions with such ferocity that it is hard for those of us who do not share in their zest for life to sometimes understand. We have to help kids learn to embrace the sensitivity without letting it control them. And this can absolutely be done. Arming kids with the skills to manage anger and disappointment can go a far way. And the upside number 4 is that it goes both ways. So to the degree that intense kids express discomfort and disappointment, they give equal measure to the more upbeat feelings of joy and excitement. And I like to think about these kids as living large. If you love listening to the rafter-shaking whoops of an intense, laughing kid, remember the flip side of that is equal intensity when things go south. It really can help you as a parent or caregiver when you keep this in mind, especially during some of the most challenging times. And the 5th and final upside of intense kids is they have the capacity for greatness. I am a firm believer that every human being has this capacity. And it seems that with intense kids, it's even more so. They have so much energy and zest for life, but they need help learning how to channel it. And once they do so, they will soar. What do you see as the upside of having an intense kid? We'd love to hear all about it. I hope you found some of those things helpful, and I'd love to hear your ideas and what you find to be the upside of challenging or intense children down below. Go ahead and leave your comments or your ideas. We'd love to hear them. And if you have been sitting on the fence about the Joyful Parent, we hope that you will join us with the free live webinar that will be coming up shortly. And you can do so by looking in the box down below in the notes and finding the link to join the Joyful Parent, the newsletter that will give you all the information as it becomes available. From Kidlutions and the Joyful Parent, this is Wendy Young.